My mother at 66, written by Kamala. It is a poem. It is the experience of his personal life. The poet relates a personal experience. Through it, she brings out the common paradox of human relationships. Sometimes we do feel deep sympathy for someone, but we fail to express it in a proper manner. It was a Friday morning. The poet was driving from her parents' home to the Kochi airport. Her mother was sitting beside her in the car. The mother was then 66 years old. While going, the poet turned to look at her mother. She found that the mother was dozing and her mother was open and her mouth was open. Her face was as big as that of a dead person. The poet painfully realized that her mother looked very old and she would not live long, but soon she drove this painful thought away from her mind. She started looking at the young trees on the roadside that seemed to be running fast. She saw children running out of their houses in joy. After reaching the airport, the boy went to the security check. Her mother was standing outside a few yards away. After the security check, the boy again looked at her mother from that distance. The mother's face was pale white. It was as pale as the face of the moon in the late winter. The boy felt an old familiar hand in her body. It was like she used to feel in her childhood. When some fear overpowered her, yet she spoke no word to her mother. All that she said was, "See you soon, Amma." The only thing the boy did was smile and smile. How Kamalas has written this poem in the beginning, what kind of words she selected for writing an ideal poem of his personal experiences. Driving from my parents' home to Kochi last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Doors open, mouth, her face, passion like that. Walk, they walks, and realized in faith that she was as old as she looked. The poet recalls the day when she was driving from her parents' home to Kochi, where she was to catch a flight. It was a Friday morning, and her mother was also sitting by her side. She was going to the airport to see off the poet. But when the poet turned to look at her mother, she found her dozing. Her mouth was open and her face looked very pale, like that of a corpse. A painful thought came to the poet's mind. She realized that Her mother was looking as old as she was. The point soon drove away from her mind. Dash, but soon put that thought away and looked out at the young trees waiting. The merry children spinning out of their homes, but after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her. The poet soon drove away from her mind the thought of her mother's pale and aged face. She started looking out at the young trees that seemed to be running past. She looked at the children running out of their houses, enjoying. At last, they reached the airport and the poet made the security check. Now standing a few yards away, she looked at her mother once again. It is to be noted that the poet had not spoken a word to her mother all through the drive, and even now she just looks at her from a distance. Perhaps it is a sad reflection of how indifferent the modern youth have grown towards their age matters. Next last stage of this poem. Yes, sir. Dash when pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar act my childhood sphere, but all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Yes, sir. After the security check, the poet looked at her mother, who was standing a few yards away outside. The mother looked very pale and weak. Her face looked pale, quite like the face of late winter's moon. The poet felt in her body an old familiar ache. It was like she used to feel in her childhood when some fear overpowered her. Still she spoke no word to her mother. The only thing she said was, "See you soon, Mama. See you soon, Amma." All she did was smile and smile and smile. These lines convey the idea that the youngsters do feel for their elders, but they don't communicate properly. Some relevant question answers, you will go through these question answers that are important from the exam point of view. Textual questions. What is the kind of pain and act that the poet feels? किस प्रकार का दर्द कवि की भावना के अंदर होता है? The poet sees that कवि का जो कवित्री कवि है या कवित्री है, पता है आपको? कमलादास कवि है या कवित्री है? She is कवित्री. She sees that, और वो देखती है, her mother has grown very pale and weak. उसकी माता काफी कमजोर हो गई है, पीली पड़ गई है. She looks as pale as death. वह मृत्यु की जितनी पीली लग रही है. She realizes, और वह अनुभव कर लेती है, her mother looks very old. उसकी माँ बहुत बूढ़ी दिख रही है, and will not live long, और वह ज्यादा देर तक जीवित नहीं रहेगी. This thought gives her much pain. यह विचार उसे बहुत पीड़ा देता है, बहुत दर्द प्रदान करता है. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? The poet is driving to the airport. कवित्री कार में सवार हुई हवाई अड्डे को जा रही है. She looks outside and finds the trees coming fast towards her. वह बाहर को देखती है और उसे लगता है कि पेड़ तेजी से उसकी तरफ आ रहे हैं. They seem to be running fast. वे तेज दौड़ते हुए लग रहे हैं. In fact, वास्तव में it is only the car. वास्तव में यह केवल कार है that is running, जो दौड़ रही होती है. Not the trees, न कि पेड़. जब हम रोड पे चलते हैं तो चलाने वाले को, चलने वाले को यूं लगता है कि शायद पेड़ चल रहे हैं, लेकिन पेड़ नहीं चल रहे होते तो हम चल रहे होते हैं. तो ऐसा अनुभव हर किसी के साथ होता है. Why has the poet brought in the image of the married children speaking out of their homes? This image helps to bring out the contrast between childhood and old age. यह प्रतिबिंब बचपन और बुढ़ापे में अंतर को व्यक्त करने में सहायता करता है. While childhood is a period of carefree merry-making, जबकि बचपन चिंता रहित और मौज मनाने का समय होता है. Old age is a period of death-like sadness. बुढ़ापा मृत्यु समान उदासी का समय होता है. Childhood, बचपन के साथ the journey of life begins. बचपन के साथ जीवन की यात्रा शुरू होती है. And with old age the journey ends. और बुढ़ापे में सफर समाप्त हो जाता है. Why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? This question is very important from the exam point of view. Winter, like old age, is a time of inactivity. विंटर का समय ऐसे है जैसे कि बुजुर्ग अवस्था का समय होता है, जिसमें कि हम इनएक्टिव हो जाते हैं, हम क्रियाशील हो जाते हैं, क्रियाशील नहीं निष्क्रिय हो जाते हैं. ओल्ड एज इज द लास्ट फेज ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइफ. मनुष्य जीवन का सबसे अंतिम समय है ये. जस्ट एज विंटर इज द लास्ट फेज ऑफ द ईयर, ठीक ऐसे जैसे कि सर्दी का समय लास्ट का अंतिम समय होता है, वर्ष का अंतिम समय होता है. एंड ओल्ड एज, और बुढ़ापे में एक मैन ग्रोज पेल, एक मनुष्य पीला पड़ जाता है. लाइक दैट, जैसे कि उसकी डेथ हो चुकी है. यस सर. जस्ट एज द मून इन लेट विंटर, जैसे कि लेट विंटर के अंदर मून को हम देखते हैं डूबते हुए चंद्रमा की लालिमा देखी जा सकती है, और इससे कंपेयर किया है पोएट ने बुढ़ापे को. What do the parting words of the poet to her mother and her smile signify? The poet says to her mother, "See you soon, Mama." These are just noble words of parting, and her smile also shows that she has no idea of her mother's mental state. While her mother is looking as pale as death, the poet can do nothing but smile and smile and smile. Where was the poet going? Who was sitting beside her? What does she say about the one going with her? The poet was going to the Cochin airport. कवित्री कोचिन के हवाई अड्डे को जा रही थी. Her mother was sitting beside her. उसकी माँ उसकी बगल में बैठी हुई थी. The boy turned to look at her mother. कवित्री अपनी माँ की तरफ देखने के लिए घूमी. She found her mother dozing. उसने देखा कि उसकी माँ ऊँघ रही थी. Her mouth was open and she looked as pale as death. उसका मुंह खुला हुआ था और वह मृत्यु के समान पीली सी लग रही थी. What was the poet's feeling as she drove to Cochin airport. When the poet turned to look at her mother, जब कवित्री ने अपनी माँ की तरफ देखने के लिए सिर घुमाया, she found her dozing, उसने उसे ऊँगता हुआ पाया. The mother's mouth was open, माँ का मुंह खुला हुआ था. She looked as pale as death, वह मृत्यु के जैसी पीली प्रतीत हो रही थी. A painful thought came to the poet's mind. कवित्री के मन में एक पीड़ाजनक विचार आ गया. But soon she drove this thought away. किंतु शीघ्र ही उसने इस विचार को मन से निकाल फेंका. What painful thought comes to the poet's mind, and how does she drive it away? The poet sees that her mother looks as pale as death. A painful thought comes to her mind. She feels that her mother looks very old and wouldn't live long now. But soon she drives this thought away. She starts looking at the sea outside. What does the poet see when she looks outside during her drive to the airport? The poet sees young trees on the roadside. These trees seem to be running fast towards her. In fact, it is the car that is running, not the trees. Then she sees children running off their arms in joy. What are the poet's thoughts at the airport? At the airport, the felt in her body and old familiar pain. It was like she used to feel in her childhood when some fear overpowered her, but she only said, "See you soon, Amma." How do we know that Kamala's mother is old and weak? The poet's mother looked as pale as death. She was dozing, and her mouth was open. This shows that she was old and weak. What happens when the poet reaches the airport? First of all, the poet goes through the security check. Then she again looks at her mother, who is a few yards away. The mother's pale, weak face gives her pain, but she says only this, "See you soon, Amma." And then she does nothing but smile and smile. Justify the title of the poem, My Mother at 66. In her poem, My Mother at 66, the poet has described the old age condition of her mother. While driving to the Cochin airport with her mother in car, the poet turned to look at her mother. She was dozing and her mother was open. She was dozing and her mouth was open. She looked as pale as a dead person. At 66, the condition of all old people is as such. Therefore, the title of the poem is quite appropriate. Compare the word inside the car and outside the car. The word inside and outside the car presents the contrast between childhood and old age. Inside the car, there is sadness, imminent death, and anxiety, while outside the car, there is hope and pleasure presented by the children running out of their arms. So this is all about this poem. What's the name of the poem?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the poem? My Mother at 66. So this is a personal experience of Kamala's that she is sharing through the poetic words that you can compose in your words. It is a more personal experience.